If oil hit $200 a barrel, here's what life would look like for America's poorest citizens. No, I'm not an energy analyst. I'm just a person who reads a lot from energy analysts, but I do think I have a good handle on what it is that they're all saying in their own research as the consequences of if it hit $200 a barrel. Here we go. Okay, again, not an analyst, just somebody who reads a lot. One, I mean, if you think you're paying a lot for gas now, like, you don't even know what you're in for, okay? So at $200 a barrel, it looks like that the bounds of what you could expect the average American to pay for gas is $6.50 to upwards of like almost $8 a gallon. And that's like using all zip codes together. If you're in a place like California, I mean, it could go as high as $10 or $11 a gallon, which is just not sustainable for America's like working poor. That means that, just so we're clear, like the average household in America spends something like $3,000-ish a year just on gas. This would push it up to like $6,500 a year. I mean, which is just, I mean, for considering that the median wages in the United States like are barely $60,000 a year, I mean, that's not sustainable. And that the reason it's not sustainable is because like the lowest quintile of income earners in the United States already spend like 10% of their yearly income on gas, like on getting to work and driving around. So like if you then double it, I mean, you're talking about a fifth of these people's income going to just going to work, not even counting things like car notes existing, debt existing. Not sustainable. Not sustainable at all, like at all, okay? Also, just like heating costs would become insane. Rural households would be stuck in this like heat or eat situation because currently, like, whether or not you're using propane or if you're using like heating oil, like the current state is that like rural poor people spend something like 3-ish% of their income like heating their houses in the winter. And this would, again, it would double. It would go close to like 6 to 7%, which is insane. I mean, like you're talking about heating costs like hitting $3,000 a season in America's like poorest zip codes, which like, I don't know if you like know how math works, but like for people who are earning maybe like $40,000 a year, I mean, like, or $50,000 a year, like, and have all these other debts on top of them. Like, it's not possible to put these people in that position without them choosing to just like not eat versus like freeze to death in their homes. And you don't think it'll happen? Okay. Like, if we hit $2 a barrel, like that is the position they will be in the winter because you know that like energy companies are not going to like do them a solid. With that in mind too, I mean, just like if you think that we're paying a lot for electricity, I mean, Jesus Christ. Okay, so like natural gas already generates 40% of U.S. electricity, and if oil prices go to $200 a barrel, then what we would see is that like the energy burden that low income houses already have, which is already like 2 to 3 times higher than the energy burden of like wealthy households. I mean, it'll just jump to where the point where like the burden would get to the point where it's like 4 to 5 times higher for the poor. Because again, the average like electricity bills for poor households will spike into the like upper bounds of like hundreds of dollars, like, and in some high income zip codes, right, where they're still working poor people, you'd see it still stay like below $1,000, but like it would not be uncommon in some of these places to see like $700 to $800 like electricity bills. I mean, which is just insane, man. I mean, like when you factor all this together, it's like it would basically be the price of going to work would almost be too high for some people. Like, working poor in America already spend like 6 or 7% of their income just like getting to work versus like 4% of like middle income and high income workers. And I just think that when you look at $200 a barrel, some of these, in some zip codes, like some energy analysts say that like the burden of commuting could get as high as like 15% of some people's income. I mean, which is just, I mean, it's just insane. I mean, it's just fucking insane. Like, knowing that 72% of the working poor drive to work, you cannot then impose on them what is essentially a punishment tax for going to work of 15% of their income. I mean, it's just, if you're a working poor person who doesn't have access to public transit, like, you would literally be stuck in this position of, like, it costs me more to go to work than it's worth for me to take home. And mind you, I am not saying all this because this is some harebrained idea in my head. Iran said this today. They said, prepare for $200 a barrel of oil. And where is the opposition party? Where are they? Where is the opposition party who wants to stand up for working people? Supposedly, they want to make their big case in 2028 that they're the opposite of this. Where the fuck are they? You know, instead I have Senator Blumenthal coming out of the hearings being like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Nobody has a plan. $200 a barrel